And live from my bedroom on a Friday morning, it's my Saturday Night Review! So Saturday Night is the biopic about the events leading up to the very first aired episode of Saturday Night Live. The film is directed by Jason Reitman and it stars Gabrielle LaBelle, Rachel Sennett, Corey Michael Smith, Dylan O'Brien, Lamorne Morris, Willem Dafoe, and J.K. Simmons. Tensions run high as producer Lorne Michaels and a ferocious troop of young comedians and writers prepare for the first broadcast of Saturday Night Live on October 11, 1975. Growing up, I was very familiar with SNL. When I was more younger, I used to watch SNL religiously with my parents every Saturday night when it aired a new episode. Nowadays, I don't really watch it as much as I used to, but my dad tunes in here and there. As a Gen Z kid, SNL peaked when they had Andy Samberg, Seth Meyers, and Bill Hader on. But that's just me. And with that being said, I am not too familiar with the lore of SNL, so this movie was kind of a breath of fresh air for me, and I gotta say, I was quite thoroughly entertained. One thing this movie does outstanding is capturing the chaos and the stress that emerges hours before going live for the first time. The amount of anxiety on that set must have been through the roof. You have the cast members fighting each other, you have the higher executives having no faith in the show, you have faulty production erupting on set. Like, everything that could go wrong before going live did go wrong. And this movie captures all of those elements perfectly. Now, even though this movie is only roughly 90 minutes, the entire movie is not done in real time. Think about it. What's supposed to be 10 minutes can feel like 30 minutes, or what's supposed to be 30 minutes can feel like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? But even with that, the movie still does an amazing job at capturing the practicality of a live show. But the entire journey leading up to the NBC network giving the show the green light was intense. Other than capturing the practicality and the stress and the chaos of running a live show, the performances were remarkable. Gabrielle LaBelle as Lorne Michaels, Lamorne Morris as Garrett Morris, Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase, even Dylan O'Brien as Dan Aykroyd. Everyone was fantastic. The beauty about the performances in this movie is that it doesn't feel like none of the actors are just doing like cheap impressions of all of the actors that came before. Like, it feels like every single person took the time to really inherit who the actor was way back in the 70s and bring their charisma and their character to life. Casting Dylan O'Brien as a younger Dan Aykroyd is kind of crazy. And the comedy in this movie is pretty solid. I mean, given the fact that this is a late night sketch show, you would think the comedy would be at the very least tolerable. And I'm happy to report that I did laugh. I chuckled and I belly laughed. Works for me. One thing this movie showed that I thought was pretty crazy is how the NBC network had a safety net. Before SNL even aired its first episode, the executives and the network really had no faith in that show. Like, it was bound to be dead on arrival. So if Lorne Michaels and his crew couldn't get their shit together before 11:30, NBC network was going to play a rerun of the Jimmy Carter show, or not Jimmy Carter, that's the fucking president. It was some late night talk show, I can't remember. Or maybe it was Jimmy Carson. Regardless, that was NBC's plan if push came to shove. Meanwhile, as far as Lorne Michaels and his crew, if the show didn't get the green light, they were fucked. They had one shot to make this work, and by the grace of God, they did. Now, even though I enjoyed this movie, there were definitely some moments in which I questioned its authenticity. You mean to tell me that some studio executive whipped their dick out right in front of Chevy Chase just so he could take his girl? You know what? That probably did happen. But what are the chances? And that is not the only moment. There were other moments where I really questioned how did someone get something done within a certain time frame. You'll know them once you see them. But I don't think the dramatic effect ruined the film for me. It's just something that I thoroughly questioned. I do wish some of the other cast members got a moment to shine in this movie so we can understand the history of that actor or that actress. Granted, the movie's only 90 minutes, so you can only do so much, and the entire movie is really done from Lorne Michaels' point of view. But it still would have been cool to see the other actors shine. But in the end, y'all, Saturday night is a pretty enjoyable time at the movies. I laughed, I felt tension, and I walked out with some new information regarding the origins of SNL. So, plugging Saturday night into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Saturday night. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you miss the Lonely Island? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.